Alright, welcome back to Sonic Unleashed, where we're gonna really get into why this game is almost really good.
Still no luck finding anyone who knows me.
Don't worry about it. Maybe your memory will come back on its own. Remember anything yet?
Nope.
Oh well.
Sonic? Whoa! Mr. Monster Guy is back!
So when the sun goes down, I turn into this?
Are you okay, Sonic?
I'm fine. I just need to be careful who sees me like this.
Sonic! Sonic, look!
What is it?
Oh, it's hopeless! The whole planet is split apart! We're doomed! Oh.
Mister?
Oh.
Hey, mister! Hey, don't cry. Ice cream. How about some more of this super tasty stuff?
What good is ice cream at a time like this? Oh.
He's made of rubber!
How did that happen?
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum.
Sonic, your arm just stretched.
Weird. But it could be useful.
Oh.
I love how Sonic just doesn't care about the ice cream guy. So this footage is sped up. I was considering at one point, any single time that the Werehog has gameplay on screen, I would speed it up, just to make this not so annoying. But, I just sped this part up to make, to make this part go a little faster, because if this part went on as long as it was supposed to, this video would be like 28 minutes long, and that's not okay. But yeah, I don't know, there might still be a point in which I have to, like, speed up all of the Werehog footage, because, God, I hate the Werehog. And I know this is, like, common, everyone feels this way, but I do actually think that there is a point in which the Werehog could have worked. Maybe if the Werehog had its own game, like, if there were no daytime stages in this game, maybe this could have worked better, and if this was, like, a spin-off game. But the fact that the daytime stages are so good, that it makes the Werehog levels, like, even worse by comparison. But we'll get more into the Werehog when we actually get into one of his stages. The way he ran there is great. Sped up, it looked like he was, like, anime running. So right over here is the entrance to one of his first stages, and by one of his first stages, I mean it is his first stage. There's still some stuff to collect in here. You know, the hub worlds, as I said in the last video, are actually very useful. They're not just dead, complete dead areas like Soliana for you to do nothing in, except talk to a guy who goes, "Hey," and then, like, you get a mission about Pele, the beloved dog, and then you get a loading screen where a guy says, "Hey," and then you get another loading screen, and then you go rescue Pele, the beloved dog. You know, this is all... There's collectibles, there's stuff that allow you to progress more in the game. So these hub worlds don't make me want to kill myself. I would say the Sonic Adventure 1 hub worlds were fine, I liked those, but that might just be nostalgia talking, because I loved exploring, like, Station Square and the Mystic Ruins when I was a kid. I probably should have sped this up too, whatever. So earlier I did say that this is the game where I think that the 4Kids actors finally got their time to shine and finally all, like, fit into their roles, where Mike Pollock went from being a good Eggman to the definitive Eggman, and where Jason Griffith went from being kind of cringy and sounding a little lame to sounding right for the role. Amy sounds good in this game. Tails, however, I've always hated Tails' voice actress, and I will never like her. There was never a single game in which I thought the 4Kids Tails sounded good. She just sounds like this! Sonic! Sonic, I'm being attacked by a big monster, Sonic! It's just, the Tails that they had in Colors and Generations was the best Tails. Then they got rid of her for some reason. But the new one, the new Tails, sounds almost identical, it's just not as good. So here's the big problem with the Werehog. It is the complete antithesis to the Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay. Sonic is all about running fast, going through levels fast, sometimes there's some exploration. The Werehog is all about slow platforming, exploring stages, and beat-em-up gameplay. Now, I'm a big fan of beat-em-up games, which is where I think that the gameplay in this could have worked. Because this is like a God of War kind of, I don't want to say God Hand, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta kind of style of gameplay, but it's not fast enough. If they had just made this like Bayonetta or like Devil May Cry, where the gameplay is much faster, this would have worked for Sonic. But the Werehog is slow, he's lumbering, he can't fit the stylish gameplay of Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. Sure, you can make him run faster, but all the enemies take like forever to kill. So it's just every single Werehog level is a complete chore. There are a few daytime stages that I'm not too fond of in this game, but the rest are really good. I hate every single Werehog level in this game. There's not one single one that I would say, oh, you know what, I actually like that one. This first one is the closest one to being, like, alright. Because it's the introductory one, they don't throw too many dumb things at you. So, you know, it's not too bad. The gameplay can be fun. There are actually some combos that I think are pretty cool. I like that you can pick up smaller enemies and twirl them around. As you progress through the game and put more points into his fighting, you can unlock more moves. I like that you can do finishing moves on enemies once you get them down to a certain percentage. I like the animation that happens when you fail them. It's pretty funny. I love the music that plays when you get into a fight. But everything else is just dreadfully boring, and I cannot stand it. Whenever I come back to replay this game, I've never voluntarily gone back to play a Werehog level, ever. I also didn't actually originally play this game right when it came out. I think I played it the year before Colors came out, or it was like a couple months before Colors came out, maybe. Because Sonic 06, it burned me bad, like I'm sure it did a lot of people. I've since come around to it. It's still a terrible game, but it's more like The Room, where it's so bad it's funny and actually kind of enjoyable to play in some respects. At least Sonic's. Shadow and Silver are pretty dreadful, just like the Werehog. Silver's actually pretty comparable to the Werehog, but you know, I was burned by Sonic for quite a while, because I've been a lifelong Sonic fan. The first video game I ever played was Tails the Music Maker for the Sega Pico. So I've been a Sonic fan since, like, birth. And that was the first time where I was like, oh, this just is bad. And I hate this game, and I'll never play another Sonic game again. And then Unleashed came out, and the daytime levels looked cool, but I didn't like the way that the Werehog looked. So I didn't play it for like years and years. And when I finally got around to it, obviously, I felt the same way then as I do now. Werehog stage is bad, daytime levels cool, colors better, generations better. Hopefully Sonic Forces will also be better. I'm recording this before Sonic Forces has gotten a release date or any kind of information about when it's coming out. And Sonic Mania is coming out next week? Yeah. So, I haven't played that yet, but I'm pretty certain that Sonic Mania is going to be pretty good. Unless they find a way to bungle that, but I really don't think so. God, this is so dreadful to look at. The worst part about doing a Let's Play like this is that not only do I have to sit down to record the Werehog gameplay and then record commentary, I then have to edit it and then watch it again, so I'm seeing this Werehog gameplay like 4 or 5 times before all is said and done. I wish the game would be pretty short if there were no Werehog levels, but I would rather have a short, very good game than a long, pretty good game. Like Generations is a very short, very good game. I would much rather play that than this, but I think that goes without saying. Someone's at the door, I think. I need to go answer the door. Oh wait, no, that's just the QuickTime event noises for some reason. I thought there was something down there. Maybe I'm thinking of another level, but I was pretty certain that you could, like, go break that grate and get something down there. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this game, but even though this was 2008, I think it was 2008, and then Sonic Generations was 2011? This game still looks better. I think it's because they had a bigger budget, and they really needed a win with this game after 06. I wish that Generations is a better game, but it looks far inferior. In terms of, like, cutscenes, I'd say. Because they use the same in-game models for Sonic. Although I think everything in Generations is in-game. So that's why I think Generations isn't as good looking as this game. This game also has a better story than Generations. Generations' story is a big missed opportunity. Oh god, it's gonna be tough finding things to talk about in these little things here about the Werehog. Oh god. Yeah, let's talk about Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces looks pretty alright. I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Although I'm not as worried about it as other people are. I have faith that if it's just Generations 2 with an original fan character, I'm fine with that. They said it seems like it'll have a more mature storyline, which is good. I like going back to those kinds of stories, as long as it's fun, doesn't take itself too seriously, but has a more darker storyline. It could work. I like the fact that we're seeing a lot of, like, not a lot of, it's really just Chaos Zero. I love seeing Chaos Zero again. And I'm sure there's going to be some sort of twist where Eggman's working with the younger version of himself, too. That would be great. We also haven't seen a whole lot of it. We've seen, like, that one modern level. So, that's a little strange. I wonder how short or long the game's going to be. So in these levels here, I think the best move is to check every single door, because sometimes there's sun and moon metals in them. Or sometimes he just doesn't want to pick things up. I love his little animation here for when you press the speed up button. He goes from just kind of like to oh, I think I left the oven on. Like most mediocre Sonic games, this game does have a very good soundtrack. That's not just limited to, you know, bad or mediocre Sonic games. All Sonic games have good soundtracks, but it's usually the mediocre ones that have, like, superb soundtracks. Like Sonic 06, the one good thing about that game is its soundtrack. Yeah, the only saving grace of the Werehog is the fact that the stage music is quite good. The jazzy battle theme is amazing, even if it does kind of get a little grating after a while, because it plays in every stage every time you fight an enemy. But the just ambient stage music is very good too. But these levels are so long. Why are they so long? No one asked for this. And that's the thing about the Werehog that I don't understand. When they were making this, did Sonic Team just not get that everyone would hate this? Like, is this just a misunderstanding? Did they know that no one would like this? Like, that's the thing I just truly don't understand. Was this a matter of, just they didn't know any better? This should need the box to get up. Which is dumb. This is just another thing that just takes too long. Can't I just jump up and grab it? And of course the fact that all the Werehog stages take place at night means it's kind of boring to look at. Great camera. Good camera. Nice, nice. Shut up, Chip. I hate you. I like how he's like, Sonic, you could sneak around him and take him out sneakily. No, I just want to beat him up. It's easier that way. There's no reason to stealth in this game. So you can balance on these beams, you can also drop down and shimmy across them, which I think might actually be the better method of playing this, because there's no danger of you falling. Another thing that I usually do, which is a little riskier, is just I jump across them. Like this, especially when you're against a wall, jumping across isn't that bad of a thing to do. Sun and Moon medals, I think they reward exploration like that. You just figure something's going to be over there. If there was nothing over there, that would be a complete waste of time and it would be very dumb. So they do reward exploration, but it just makes overly long levels even longer. By like, oh, let me shimmy across here, and then shimmy back. It's just really great. Everyone loves it. Gotta love the Werehog. If you hate the Werehog, you're un-American. Sega said that. That was part of the marketing, actually. I did not know that was there. Like, how was I supposed to know there was a pit there? Sorry, I mean... Well, come on, dude! How was I supposed to know there's a pit there? Why can't Sonic just fly, dude? Come on! Beginner's trap. That was completely my fault. Ding dong. Pizza's here. The delivery pizza's here. Why are the QuickTime event sounds doorbell ringings? Like, come on. So sometimes, like, right at the very end of a level, they'll just throw some stupid bullshit at you. Which is absolutely the case for this level, although I think the next Werehog level is the worst, and I remember being stuck on it for quite a while. I do like how in the right side of the screen you can actually see Tails hiding. Whoops, I woke them all up. What I'm trying to do now is build up my Unleashed meter, because that's like your devil trigger, it's your Rage of the Gods. It's your Ripper mode, if you will. So if you're not good at QuickTime events, these bosses they're not very fun. This is also not fun, especially when he does attacks like that twice in a row, because you get hit by both of them, which is very dumb. Sonic should have invincibility frames, but he just straight up doesn't. So at a certain point, this little Gaia monster is going to... his health's gonna go down, and you're gonna be able to do the finishing move on him like you can with other enemies in the game. Now, if you do them wrong, it's actually really quite annoying. Because he gains health back, you actually lose health. See, look at that. That's dumb. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. Good lord. That's so stupid. Like, this... the Werehog, it just gets so... There are just difficulty spikes sometimes where it just gets randomly dumb all at once. And that's one of the main problems about the Werehog. Because there's a level up system in play in this game where you get enough experience, you put points into different attributes for Sonic or the Werehog. Early on in the game, you should be balanced, and the game should be balanced for that. And later on, as the game goes on, then it should be more apparent that, like, oh, I need to put more points into this, so this level isn't as hard. But if there's no way you can have nearly enough experience to put into anything at this point. You've done 2 levels. Not even, we've done 1.25 of a level. So, the beginning of the game as the Werehog is probably the worst part. Also, I almost touched the goal ring before getting the experience, which would have sucked. So there we go, first Werehog level done. Thank God, it only took 16 minutes, which felt like an eternity. I forget what the lowest rank is in this game, but once you get that, it plays like a really bummed out version. And I think it's like it's off-key and the instruments aren't playing correctly. It's pretty funny. So I'll put most of my points into strength and life, which is the best thing. Sonic doesn't really need anything. You can increase his speed, but I think Sonic is already pretty slippery as it is, and increasing his speed doesn't do anything to help you there.
Hey, Tails.
Sonic?
Sonic?
What are you doing out here?
Sonic, is that really you? That's a new look. What happened?
You know me. Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
Thanks.
That lingered way too long.
I'll bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this, and fast!
About that, I think I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
What a horrible line of dialogue.
I
think I know someone who might know something about what's going on.
If we add that to his research findings, we might be able to get to the bottom of all this.
Spagonia. That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
Sonic, you were walking right towards it. There's no way you didn't see the tornado there.
Let's get going.
Leave it to you, Tails. Let's get moving.
Let's get to work! As per the best line in Sonic Adventure 2. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thankfully, I think we're free of the Werehog for at least a little bit. So, see you in the next video where we take a little trip on the tornado, which is actually kind of fun. See you then.